Good morning, Flosstube. Today is Friday, August 16th, I believe. Let me check the calendar. Yes, it is. Sorry about that. We've been busy, and I'm going to have to wing it today and just kind of try to show you some great things that we have here at the shop. I want to wish you a happy Friday, and of course it's Friday, which goes along with our Freedom Friday Facebook page. We're getting closer to getting things over in there on the files for you. Being a shop owner keeps me busy and hopping. It's also summer season, so my husband's HVAC business is booming, so it's making life a little challenging right now, but we're managing. So again. I'm Ann, so I'm going to start with just some things that I've gathered randomly, nothing really specific. I like to kind of do a variety. So I'm going to start off the last floss tube that we did, which was 2 weeks ago. Several of y'all really commented about how you liked me showing the fabrics that I showed. It was actually the same names of fabrics, but the different counts, and I was able to give you a comparison. So I thought, well, let's do that again, and I'm going to do that with Aida starting off. I have got, I love to keep fabric in stock. It's probably one of my favorite things. It is my favorite thing to pick and play with when I'm doing a chart. Very seldom do I use what the chart calls for, just because I have the opportunity to play. Sometimes I do use it, but then other times I go out here and just pull all the threads and play and see what pops and what I feel like will be what I would like to stitch, or especially for a shop model. So I'm starting off with some Aida this morning, and this is going to be, I'll try to get it as close as I can for you there, and this is Heritage. Heritage has a pretty soft green to it, so you're really not going to get excellent picture right there, but I'm going to try, okay? And I'm starting with 14, and then 16 and 18. So this is Picture This Plus Heritage, and we sell a lot of Aida. A lot of people do not care to stitch on linen, and that is just fine. If you love to stitch on linen, on Aida, we want to help you make a pretty selection. I just got a really pretty piece this morning for a young lady, and it was Nocturne by Picture This Plus for a chart that she had that I think is just going to be excellent. And so this is Heritage, and then I'm going to show you next is Heroic, and this one is just a great one, believe it, and you're not going to really see what this does, but again, 14, 16, 18, we do a lot of patriotic on this, and we also do Christmas on this. You would think that the blue would not work, but a lot of your Christmas pieces have blues in them, and so we have several models, and we do recommend this one for doing Christmas pieces on also. So I'm going to try my best to give you there. Let's go there. And you're not going to see the variation in this like I would like. Let me show you this one. So this one's a good one with some modeling. If you can, there you go. Perfect. At least you can see the modeling. All right. And we do cut to order, so you do not have to buy fat half, fat quarter. And then my next one is Legacy. Legacy is a nice neutral. Sometimes it comes in more a little bit to the green, but and then sometimes more browns. So there's a pretty good picture of what you're going to see. And then let me do that. So there's a great modeling look. And then, of course, when you open this up, you're just going to see it's just really, really pretty. Works great for samplers, works great for smalls. If you're doing a full coverage piece and you want a soft fabric and not a stiff Aida, a lot of people do those full coverage on Aida just because it's less expensive and you're really going to do full coverage. But if you want something soft instead of stiff, this is a good one to do. Just use some Aida. And and then now I actually got in a couple of more colors that this week of R&R, and they are, I went ahead just to show you the difference, and I was really surprised at what came in. They're beautiful, and the R&R ladies I have loved their fabric. I think I did mention last time about Green Mountain. I was going to try to pull a couple of little pieces out of my stash that I still have, but back when I first started stitching, it was Green Mountain and R&R, and I'm so thankful to the R&R ladies for continuing to dye because they do have some unique colors. And so let me go ahead and I'll try to see if I can. There we go. Let's just do this. Now then, I'm going to have to, this one really came in, all three, 32, 36, and 40, all came in. And this one's going to be a challenge, ladies. I'm sorry. Trying to get, and this is not giving you true justice at all. This one is coming in a really pretty little soft green. This one's coming in a little bit more vintage green, and this one is coming in even a little bit more minty, and these are Sea Fog from R&R. I want to see there, maybe. So you're just definitely not getting true color, but we do have the 32, 36, and 40 of this. Let me start. 32. I'm trying to see, and it's such a pretty soft color that I don't think I'm going to be able to get you to see what I really want you to see. But these are a perfect color for, I would say, Easter, spring. The 36 is a little bit more vintage looking of a green, so if you're wanting a sampler with a pretty green in the background, these would work. And I'm sorry, the lighting is just not working today on those. Next is Blue Moon, and I think my one word for fabrics is yummy when I look at it, and it just looks yummy, and everything that I showed you does. Now this one has got more depth to it, so I think you'll be able to see it a little bit better, the Sea Fog. This is Blue Moon, and we've got, of course, the 32, 36, and 40. And I don't know if you're, there you go. So if you look, this one, the 36, really dyed more of a kind of cloud, pretty deep clouds blue, not stormy though. And then the 32 and 40 are more muted and more sampler looking. So it's really just going to depend on what you like to stitch. But I want to, let me get those up there. All right. And so fabric to me is one of the main pieces for me to pick as far as what I'm stitching. I will go play and just have fun. Sometimes I'll think about it for a day or two. I may have several options laid out, and I just make sure that what I want to stitch it on is what I prefer. We did have a shop piece come back this last week or week before, and I think we need to tweak maybe just a thread color or two on it. But anyhow, you know, sometimes for me, I like to I will take things out and redo just because I feel like I want to give that piece more of a design look. So one more piece of fabric that I have here, and this is a new one, fairly new, called Lime with Dots. And you're not really getting a true color here because it looks mustardy, but this is really limey looking. And so, and I thought, now what do we want? What would I put on this? And as soon as I seen this fabric, I thought of Winona. Don't you think she would just, they did use a lime green solid, and so I thought Winona would look really, really cute on this little lime green polka dot fabric with her little kitty. Who doesn't love candy corn? We also, this one has a little button pack. so that we have available. So she has her little green nose and everything. So, and again, I'll just put that fabric back up there one more time. I think she would look just really sweet on that polka dot. I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. This week it got super hot here in Little Rock. On Monday and Tuesday we hit 97 and 98, so that this has been a challenging week for my husband, working in this heat and trying to keep our customers cool, and he's such a great worker at doing that. So the frizz you see is because of the humidity here in Arkansas right now. As I mentioned last week, we talked a little bit about the Blackbird re-releasing some things, and I had mentioned to you about the anniversaries of the heart that Susie had stitched and turned into a book. And so we've got all of the charts in. So I'm just going to go through these. Okay. So Snow Garden, Valentine Rose, A Wish for You, Pink Hill Manor, Farmhouse, Happy Birthday, Blackbird, or maybe not, I'm sorry, Swan Lake. I'm reading backwards, and so I was like, okay, what am I reading? Clara Ellen, and Moonlit Visitor, Pumpkin Farm, and this one I got extras of. We got some of all of them, but I got some extras ones of this one just with fall coming in. I thought this would be one. This is one I do want to stitch. Let's see, and then we've got Evergreen Lane and Elizabeth Lane. Okay, so that's all 12 of the anniversaries of the heart that have been re-released and are in stock. And the reason I wanted to show those first was because I wanted to show you Susie's book. Susie does finishing for me. She is a sweet, sweet lady. So this is her book that she created for her family to have in memory of her and their heritage. And so she put this little book together with a little tie. And so we are going to start off, and they are in order as I just showed them to you. So this is, I want to make sure I try to get y'all the best pictures. This is the number 1. Number 2 and number 3. Aren't those precious? And on every one of those, she has put initials, information. Okay, we're at 4 and 5. Six, and because of the layout, she had to put a solid fabric over here. 6. There's your middle. I'm hoping I'm next up. Swan Lake, I believe. There's our Pumpkin Farm, our Evergreen, and finally the last one. And then what she also did is she made a little pocket right here. In her pocket, she created a little list. I'll try to get that there. Going with the months, and as I showed you, each one had. Let me find one. Most of them did, maybe not all of them. But whatever month, if there was something there for her family, she has noted it on this little piece here. So whoever ends up with this in her family will have a little note in the little pocket here noting that what she had done to leave in memory of her family. Again, this is the Blackbird series of Anniversaries of the Heart. We do have this on display in the shop, so if you ever stop by, ask us to see it. We'll be glad to show it to you. Precious lady. She helps me with my drum classes. Her and Mary and Susie help me with the drum classes. We've got one coming up September the 14th, and it is constructing a drum. The way Susie and Mary have created this is because you can, your fabric can stretch differently. All of your drums come with instructions from the finisher or from the designer, but they have created a way that if you use a different count of fabric, if your fabric stretches more than the person sitting beside you, well, we have created a way to construct these without having, I think, just making it easier. Let me put it that way. The way Susie and Mary teach it will make it easier for you, and you can take their directions and go with any drum out there. We've even got some that, like Susie took one Plum Street sampler, stitched it over one, so it's a tiny drum. So I'll try to remember in my next Flosstube to show you some of our drums and just how we have changed them up, how you can stitch them over one, make them smaller, petite, just lots of creative ways to do things with drums, or even take a regular chart and stitch it and turn it into a drum instead of framing it. So I'll make sure that I make a note to show y'all some drums the next time around. We have got currently a fiber sale going on this month. It's called, yes, for the rest of this month, it's called Fibers. Let's see, what do we do it? Fibers 20. Leslie had asked if we could join in and do a fiber sale with a silk that she's doing, and so we did. So we jumped in, and through August 31st, you can order any of our fibers that are in stock at 20% off, and that's going to run through August 31st. And then we've also started there's a couple of sales going out there. Cross-eyed Cricket there's a sale going on Playing with Jacks, and so we have created a code called SAL, S-A-L, FUN, F-U-N 19. That those two sales are going with us with a 15% off all of the items that you would need. If chart, fabric, threads, anything that you need with that, we will help you get those at 15% off. And those sales are going right now is going to be, or this one is already started, the Cross-Eyed Cricket Playing with Jacks. So if you need this, let us know. We'll be glad to help you. If you want to join the sale, check with your local needlework store and see if they have it. Help them out. Brick and mortar stores are getting far and few in between, and I want to be able to walk in and see what in person, especially my fabric. So anyhow, Playing with Jacks, chart, fibers, fabric, we've got that sale going. And then also Leslie is going to start a sale. I think she's already announced it. October 1st. She's going to start Praiseworthy Stitches Carols on the Square. And we didn't pre-talk about this. She just told me that this is what she was going to do. And I was like, well, Leslie, we have a shop model. And I added to this, but let me get it up here first and show you. And this, I do have museum glass on this, but the light is reflecting, so I can't do much with that. But this is Praiseworthy Stitches, Carols on the Square, and we've got buttons on it. I've changed up some of the buttons that were originally used. It's much more prettier in person, of course, but this is Carols on the Square, stitched on 32 count. I believe it's Nocturne. So this is another sale that we've already put into effect, that you can order fabric, charts, threads, buttons. If you want us to tweak the buttons the way we used it, we can. I can do that kit and include that, and you could get that for the percentage off too, of 15%. So again, Leslie's going to start this on the 1st of October. We will also give you, if you want to join, you can join in Leslie's sound and do any praiseworthy stitches. It doesn't have to be Carols on the Square. It can be any of theirs. So give it some thought and join in with that Sal if you want. The playing with jacks, I'm going to have to go play in fabrics and see. I believe Leslie mentioned she's going to do hers on a purple, which I think would be very pretty. There's some out there that if you don't want it to look so Halloween, there's some conversions out there that I think have been shared that could help you out. I like Halloween. I'm not. I want to make it very clear that I don't worship Halloween. I think it's just a lot of the things about Halloween are just cute. I love to see the little kids choose their costumes, whether they be little ghosts or little pixies or Superman, whatever they choose to do. I think it's just precious fun time for them. A time of memory and just being a child is very important. So I have got a couple of more things that I want to show you. I don't want this one to run over my 30 minutes, but anyhow, I wanted to show you, I always like to do something for punch needle. And so we have a few of these kits, or these kitted up. And this one here is a Brenda Gervais, I'm sorry. And we don't have many, and this pattern has, this one's called Jack on a Can. I didn't get this out, but this actual chart actually comes with 2 punch needle, and I believe this is wool applique. And I always try to pull these out, and I'm sorry I didn't. But this is Jack. That's our model. We also have it kitted up with the threads that are needed. So if you, I think we have 4 of these. So if you want this one, you can check out our website, give us a call. And it's just really, really sweet. So I like the fun side of Halloween. Definitely not the dark side. Life needs to be cheerful. And I think he's just a happy little Jack on a can. And so punch needle is really a favorite thing for me. As always, I want to promote it. I have wanted to share, the last time I shared with you some finishes that I had used. So this is another Brenda Gervais. And I always try to look, and I have for years, look for ways to finish things that, so I don't mind turning things into pillows. Sometimes I will. But these were available at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. This one was I probably had this model at least 4 or 5 years. It was stitched, I think, whenever it came out. And so back when these were available at Hobby Lobby, I bought several. And so this is how they come. And they usually, I'm trying to think, they run, okay. So this is the same one, same width on it. And I was in there the other day, and they have one very similar. It has changed just a little bit. These are $5.99. They come in several colors. And I think the fall the other day when I was in there was 40% off. So, we're not very expensive at all. And what I did was I used an acid-free board, put some batting on it, warm and natural probably, laced it, glued it to the little black piece here, the little picture piece, and then finished it out with a little black pom-pom. And they do have some of these right now, so even if you don't have anything that you can think of, I'm thinking you're going to pay probably about $4 with tax maybe. And they do have several colors. So that's a great way to finish. And that is for this little chart here. They're still available. We have them. Check your local needlework store. As you can see, this one was done into a little pillow. And we just chose to, or I chose to do this one on a little board. This little color here is a soft green. So it's not, and it's really a vintage. You can't get the true color, but it is really cute on that. And then one more thing that I wanted to show you is actually, I guess today is just Miss Brenda's day, because I didn't even think about this until I started pulling things. But the next one I want to show you is her summer schoolhouse lessons. And I did not unpack these. We have these kitted, so you can get everything, the 4 charts, along with the little horn book that you need, and the box. That's all kitted and ready to go if you're interested. But I wanted to show you the wonderful finishing. Of course, if any of you follow our Facebook page, Miss Vanna finished this for us. So let me get my hands up here because I don't. Okay, so this is the box that she has done. These are all the little pieces. They're all just exquisite, every one of them. She done such an excellent job as always. This is the little horn book and the little twill that you need to finish it up. And then the little strawberry. So there you go. So we do have these kitted up, and we can do the fabric if you like, threads, whatever we can help you with. That's why I'm here. I'm here just to show you some of the beautiful things that the designers put out for us to get stitched. And I stitch my stress away is what I do. All right. I believe that is all the things that I wanted to show you. I do want to do some thank yous. A Saltbox Stitcher, I've been watching you, and your samplers are just beautiful. So I'm going to continue watching. You're encouraging me to pick up the reproduction sampler that I want to do of Ann Grisham 1818. There's another new Quaker that came out recently that I'm going to probably do a sale this next time around. I'll announce a sale to do it, and you will get a percentage off the fabric, charts and all, and the threads. It's not a huge one. It's not a challenge. I think it's something that's not over the top on time, but not, a tiny one either. So we'll do that. That last time around, thanks everybody that has watched. I want to make sure that I do that, let you know that. I appreciate your time, and I want to make sure that I show my gratitude and thankfulness. We did do, everybody that has won has responded, and so I think I've got one more package that goes out right quick. I've got everything pulled. Our winner this time around was for the Easter Parade, which I have laying here. And so the winner for this one is Diane, and I believe Nyman. Diane, if you will, email me at ann@shepherdsneedle.com, and I'll get this in the mail to you. We appreciate you viewing and participating. I'm going to do a giveaway again. Always, I want to do a giveaway, and so my the next giveaway is going to be, since Miss Leslie is kicking off with Carols on the Square. Our next giveaway is going to be for the chart of Praiseworthy Stitches, Carols on the Square. So that will be our next giveaway. And the question that we want you to answer is, what is your favorite holiday? It can be anything. It doesn't matter. If we would like for you to subscribe to our page, but I'm not going to be picky. We're just going to do our drawing. Miss Sherry puts it in a random little computer drawing thing, so everything is honest and nothing. We don't special pick, and I appreciate Leslie for saying that in her last video. I want to be fair, so nobody special gets picked for these drawings. If you win, it's because you honestly got picked for that drawing. And then, as always, we want you to have a Freedom Friday, And Freedom Friday can mean that you stitch any day of the week. It's really more about just being freedom to choose what you want to stitch and what fabric you want to use. I don't want to carry this over 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to quickly say goodbye. And thank you for watching, and we will see you soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.